So it's good to be in the upper echelon of that phylogenetic scale. It's not good to be an ant or a rodent and live that kind of life. But only we, because of the cerebral cortex, can look at that and sit and make that judgment call. Critters can't look up at us and make any kind of judgment call like that at all. When we think of, gee, I'm glad I was born here in America, or at least I'm here now, and I'm attending college, and I've had a decent life up to this point. Just think what it would be if I were born in Afghanistan, and my world would be war, and rock, and sand, and heat, and extreme cold. What kind of life would that be? Or if I were born on the plains of Africa, or different things like that. We have that ability to think and project, whereas critters don't. So all this plays into the idea of our mental abilities. In terms of language, one of the building blocks, the biggest is grammar. Grammar shows us how sounds and words are combined and used to communicate. How sounds and words are combined and used to communicate. These are the rules of grammar. No I after E or E after I. You don't begin a sentence with a preposition, all those kinds of things. You put emphasis on certain parts of a sentence. Those parts of the sentence that you want to be more important than the other parts of the sentence. Example. The chickens are ready to eat, or the chicken is ready to eat. So if you take that, the chicken is ready to eat. Does that mean that you grab up your bucket, go out in the backyard, and start throwing out corn on the ground because the chicken's ready to eat? Or do you look in the oven and check the thermometer, and now you can declare the chicken is ready to eat? So it depends on the emphasis that you place in the sentence, the environment that you're in, who you're with. Those things have a determining factor on what you really mean by that sentence. Visiting relatives is a nuisance. Does that mean when they come to visit you that they're a pain in the neck? Or because on Christmas you have to go to 3 different family households or more? And that's a nuisance.
Intriguing.
So, everything that we say, there's a context or a framework for clarity of what we're saying. And if you recall 2 or 3 chapters back, in the temporal area, Brokaw and Warnick's area, that's our ability to interpret what's being said as well as what's written on paper. That has, if you have dyslexia or poor reading ability in general, or you don't hear well, then that is going to reflect in the framework and how you respond. What you hear and then how you respond. Okay.
Intriguing.
Images, concepts, and prototypes. As we ascend